SCARIF Galactic Assault, how would it work? Today I bring you the next part in a series of videos. We've covered Coruscant, we've covered Geonosis, we've covered Felucia, all for Galactic Assault, and now today we move on to SCARIF. While not currently confirmed for Galactic Assault and only Capital Supremacy, I still put forward the concept here in today's video of a SCARIF Galactic Assault level, just like I did with Felucia, which isn't in Galactic Assault either. Before I get into breaking down these 3 phases in today's video, that's right, we've gone with 3 this time and not 4, because it did feel like stretching it out a bit with SCARIF, and you'll see why as the video progresses. I do have 2 shoutouts to give. Number 1 goes to Haxjoma for the incredible concept art. As always, you'll have already seen some of that in the thumbnail, and you're about to see some more as the video progresses. It's honestly top quality, so a big thank you to him. Links to his YouTube channel and Twitter in the description. And secondly, Tactical Operator, who played a big part in helping me with the script and gathering all the relevant information in order to get this video out for you all. Once again, links to his YouTube and Twitter will be in the description. But we're going to dive right into things with Phase 1. Phase 1, Escort the Cargo, and would you believe it, by that title, I am bringing in a cargo themed phase into Galactic Assault. Cargo doesn't get too much attention in Battlefront 2, so here's a way it could work in this first phase. The Rebel Alliance will spawn at the Zeta class cargo shuttle, and the Galactic Empire will spawn at platform 13. The goal of this phase is for the Empire to safely and securely transport their cargo shipment to the AT-ACTs, while the rebels have to prevent the cargo shipment from being in Imperial hands by deactivating the transport. So it's going to work very similar, if not the same, to cargo. That there's 5 minutes on the clock, the Empire have to get their shipment to the AT-ACTs to board it onto those transports. So it's going to be one of those small cargo frigates that you can see in the cargo game mode. If the rebels manage to get over and press the button to deactivate, it will stop, and the Empire obviously have to press the same button to get it activated again, depending on what console, or if you play on PC, obviously what the button will be. But there's 5 minutes to get the cargo to this specific checkpoint of the AT-ACTs. If the Empire reach them in time, then we will start phase 2. However, if the rebels manage to prevent the Empire within this 5-minute time period, and by the time that is up, they haven't reached the checkpoint, then that will be game over. The rebels will have won first phase. But to make sure the Empire can get through this first phase and won't have any problems with that making it to the second phase, they will have their ATSTs available. The Rebel Alliance, on the other hand, will only have the ATRTs, so the rebels will be quite outgunned here, meaning the Empire should seize the victory. However, let's talk about some new units. While not confirmed at this point, and I was kind of waiting to publish this, however we have no information, 2 new reinforcements will be available on both sides, both being enforcers. These will be the Shadow Trooper for the Empire and Leia's Honor Guards for the Rebellion. Like I said, both enforcer class. Jyn Erso and director Orson Krennic will join both the Rebellion and obviously Empire as heroes as well. Available at any point in Galactic Assault, it would seem right that they arrive with SCARIF and they will join the Battlefront. Along with them will come custom abilities, their traditional weapons returning to the game as well, 9 new star cards, lots of voice lines, emotes, and I'm sure some milestones as well. And while it's undecided if the rebels will have a new skin or will use a current skin in the game for their default SCARIF appearance, the Empire will have the addition of a default option for the Shore Trooper. If the Empire manage to reach the AT-ACTs with their cargo, the cargo will be loaded onto 2 of those walkers and phase 2 will commence. The spawns will now be the tropical island for the Rebel Alliance and the position of the AT-ACTs for the Galactic Empire. Phase 2 is destroy the AT-ACT walkers. And this is where, as well as the ATRTs, the Rebel Alliance will be able to use their U-Wings, because the Empire are going to get a new vehicle, not too different though from the AT-AT currently in the game. They will be able to use the AT-ACTs, which felt fitting considering these are the walkers seen on SCARIF. This will be part of the artillery class, and with enough battle points will be playable for the Imperials. The cargo shipment has now been offloaded onto 2 AT-ACT walkers to provide a more secure method of transporting the cargo shipment through the vulnerable open areas. So we're reaching a bit more of a beach area now and not so much a jungle tree covered area. These walkers are en route to the rail speeder entrance, but the rebels in the meantime have discovered some secret Imperial weaponry and have to use rocket launchers against the walkers to destroy the walkers and the cargo shipment being transported. So this will be the simple phase of rocket launchers. The rebels have to use them to make the AT-ACTs go vulnerable. There'll be 2 of the walkers. If they manage to destroy the complete 100 health, the rebels will win on the second phase, but provided with that extra artillery that the Imperials get through, they should reach phase 3. Now moving on to phase 3, the rail speeder. At this point the Empire have reached the rail speeder entrance, which, if the cargo is offloaded onto this rail speeder, will lead them right to the Citadel Tower, where this important secret information that the Imperials possess can be dealt with at the tower itself by the officials there. The Rebel Alliance are already at the rail speeder entrance though, with a trap in place. The Galactic Empire's spawn will be the AT-ACTs, which now obviously can't get any further as they're far too big to board the rail speeder themselves. While these other 2 phases have been going on, Rebel shock troopers have managed to go behind enemy lines and have deactivated the rail speeder to prevent the cargo shipments from being transferred from the AT-ACT walkers to the Citadel Tower. The Empire have one last opportunity to redeem themselves. The Empire have dispatched all of their forces to the rail speeder, and while the rebels manage to deactivate the rail speeder, the rebels have to make sure that the rail speeder remains deactivated, while the Empire has to activate 2 terminals which will repair and make the rail speeder operational to transport the cargo shipment to the Citadel. So the rebels will have to stop these 2 terminals from being activated. It will work a lot like usual terminals in the game where you have to hold the activate button on them. However much progress you get will remain if someone gets killed as they're activating one, and another player will have to go and finish it off. There'll be 2 of these, like I said, and the amount of Imperials that the rebels have to destroy in doing so will be plus 50 onto whatever the final health of the AT-ACT was when it completed phase 2. So for example, if the AT-ACT had 47 health left, then the rebels would have to deal with 97 Imperials. You just add 50 on. If it's anything higher than 50 itself, so for example if the AT-ACT's final health was 51, it would max at 100, so it can be no more than 100 soldiers that the rebels would have to kill. So if the rebels manage to take down set number of how many Imperials are left at this point, then they will win. However, if the Imperials manage to deactivate these 2 terminals, then they will take the victory on SCARIF. The rebels have outsmarted the Empire at this point on their own planet, a bit like in the movie as well, so it's all to play for both sides. Preferably if the Empire do activate the 2 terminals and get their rail speeder back working, that final cutscene will be the rail speeder zooming off into the distance to deliver the offloaded cargo from the AT-ACTs to the Citadel Tower. I would have loved to have incorporated the Citadel Tower somehow into this video, but I've got to stay realistic to what I believe EA and DICE are going to provide us with, if at all we ever get Galactic Assault Force SCARIF. But that is how I think things would go here. What do you think? 1 new vehicle, 1 new infantry skin, 2 new heroes, 2 new reinforcements, a whole SCARIF Galactic Assault level. I'd love to see this. And I think 3 phases was the right decision. 4 was just stretching it out, and bearing in mind those first 2 phases, especially the second phase, is going to be quite long, and that final phase is going to be all to play for, all out warfare. Make sure to check out Hacks Germa and Tactical Operator once again with Germa the graphics and with tactical help with the script for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this next episode in this huge series on the channel where we break down how levels of Galactic Assault could work in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.